Yeah.
We're going for a drive. So, this is a new 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee High Altitude V8 5.7 liter Hemi. Now, we're gonna do this like the straight pipes way. Let's start with the horsepower and torque. Horsepower and torque, this has 360 horsepower. Torque numbers, I do not know about that. I actually should have looked that up before I made this video. Alright. So this is a monster. It's a monster before you get to the real monsters. What do I mean like that? Well, if you guys know, this is a Grand Cherokee. Grand Cherokee is also with SRT and track hubs. However, this, I guess you can consider this model as the model before you go up higher trims, before you go up to like the SRT and the track hubs. So this is a reasonable V8. So let's start with the price. Let's start with price. This car is priced at $58,000 and some change US. So this car is powered by a Hemi, which is connected to an 8-speed ZF transmission, which is a transmission that is commonly used in many cars. I know BMW also use these cars, use this engine transmission. Now here's the thing with this transmission, it's very widely known as a very strong independent transmission. It's an 8-speed. So this is my first car that's ever had an 8-speed. I had my Toyota RAV4 that actually has an automatic 6-speed. But luckily it wasn't a CVT. Alright, so let's talk about trims. So trims, we got from the Loretto all the way to the Trackhawk. Trackhawk is basically the highest model you can get out of power in every powertrain in that, and the power is 707 horsepower with a 6.4 liter V8. It's supercharged. Now, there's many special trims. This high altitude is actually limited edition, so they won't be having this as much as out there. Now here's the thing when it comes to the high altitude and the limited X. Those two cars, if I put two pictures beside each other, they look the same completely. However, it all depends on all the stuff that comes in this car, and it's all the stuff that comes in that car. This car is very special in the trim it comes in. So what do I mean by that? So this car actually comes with suspension, air suspension. I will show you guys a little clip of that. Air suspension, it has 3 modes for high air suspension. Now, this is the things when it comes to air suspension. Air suspension, when you're driving high speeds on the highway, the car lowers to get more aerodynamic, so you don't have to be dragging your car with all that wind, since this is a very tall car, a big hefty car. And when you're driving city normally, the car will rise as an automatic thing. Now when you're in park, the car will go as low as it can, so it actually looks pretty badass. However, you can't drive in that setting, which is it in park, because the car will automatically put it right back up. You can't do that. Never tried that, but to be honest, I'm pretty happy where this car stands with its position with the air suspension. Now air suspension is definitely something new to my family. We've never had a car with air suspension. Air suspension is kind of cool and unique to us. We've, like I said, never had air suspension. So yeah, let's talk about safety features that come in this car. This car is equipped with lane departure alert. Now it's not lane keep assist, it's just lane departure. It will bring you back to your lane. However, it's a semi-auto. Try to keep it autonomous. However, if you go off the lanes, the car will bring you back. However, it's just gonna bounce you back because it's not lane keep assist. It will not keep you in your lane. It'll just help you if you depart from your lane. There's differences when it comes to that. Now this car is also equipped with adaptive cruise control, which works pretty well, and it does come to a full stop, which I've tried nervously. It works. It makes a really weird sound when it brakes, because I guess because you're not physically touching the brake and it's touching itself. I don't know. This car comes sensors equipped from the back and the front, which is lovely. You know, the other day I was trying to back up here. I can't really see because of my car, and when I tried to back up, someone else came and it was already beeping at me, which was pretty great. I've never had a little accident here. You know, I've lived here for so many years. I've never had an accident while backing up. The car did warn me, and if I didn't pay attention, the car kept coming down. The car will do a full stop, which I think that's called rear cross traffic alert, which is pretty good, especially when this is a 2020. Now, all these safety features that I'm talking about come standard in these, so you can't option it out if you want it more cheaper. If you want it more cheaper, you go for the Limited X if you still want the same body style of this high altitude. Now, let's talk about gas mileage. If you get this V8, the gas mileage should not be a worry about you. If you have the money to get this car, that means you have the money to put gas almost every week to 2 weeks. I drive this car very frequently. Since this is my car, I drive this very frequently, so hear me out. I've been doing 15.6 average miles per gallon. The most I've ever gone with miles per gallon, and I try to actually go the most economical, was 16 miles per gallon. See, that's not the best. It's a massive V8. If you get a V6, obviously it's going to be more efficient. Let's talk about equipment. This is equipped with what you see is a panoramic sunroof. If I'm rubbing my nose and I'm scratching my head, I'm getting really itchy. Don't talk about my hair. We'll talk about that in another video. Let's talk about the trims. What this comes equipped. Now, this car comes with this beautiful, I'll call it Mercedes wood. If you guys remember seeing in the E, no, not in the E, I think all the E, I'm gonna show you a picture. On that type of wood, this is kind of what this has. However, it's a little nicer wood in here, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this car is sadly equipped with a lot of piano black, which it's not really a lot of where you touch it, but there's a lot of shiny gloss black. It's not the best, and there's a lot of chrome, which is also not the best. And there's some chrome on the handles. There's chrome almost everywhere. There's chrome surrounding there's chrome surrounding the infotainment system, which is pretty ugly. I don't really like it, but there's chrome surrounding the gear shifter. There's a lot of chrome everywhere. However, it's not excessive chrome. But now this car comes with, this is maybe special. I don't know about the other trims. However, front passenger driver seat, they come with equipped ventilated and heated seats. Driver steering wheel comes with heated steering wheel, which is beautiful. I like that. If you guys live where I live, around the New York or any state around New York, up here, you know it gets pretty cold. You know your steering wheel is gonna be freezing. And my red RAV4, here's the thing, that car used to get the steering wheel used to get really hard, and the steering wheel used to get really cold, and it was terrible. Okay, so another thing this car comes with, like I said, heated, ventilated, and heated steering wheel. Another thing this comes with is heated rear seats, which is actually pretty unique, especially in this car. Not a lot of car brands and not a lot of high-end car brands come with heated rear seats. These are also leather, obviously. So you get the heated rear seat. Obviously the middle seat doesn't heat up, that's just not a thing, obviously. However, at the price point that this car comes with, it's kind of a little sad that this car doesn't come with 360. So when I put into reverse, I only get one camera, and that's it. And it's not the best high quality res camera, it's pretty low quality. Not much about that, but it's alright. So this car comes standard, obviously, with the LED daytime running lights, which is a little neato. I like LED daytime running lights. My other car that I have right here is just halogen daytime running lights, and they weren't even automatic. These are automatic daytime running lights. That's the thing that comes into cars today. The next cool feature that comes in this car is actually Harman Kardon speakers. Yes, a German company brand is now in an American company car. However, this is FCA Fiat, so it's a little Italian, I guess. It comes with 19 speakers where it's located a lot and around the car. So you got 2 speakers right on the driver's, right up here. All guys, obviously you'll see a little shot about them. There are a lot of speakers. Now, hearing about the 19 speakers was a little impressive to me. 19 speakers. My previous car had like 7, right? So it's a humongous upgrade, and the sound quality sounds really nice. I can't really play it because one thing is, it really doesn't catch the best beat out of the camera, and also I'm not gonna play any music right now. I'm gonna get copyrighted, and I do not want that. Like I said, I mentioned the panoramic sunroof. It comes with a humongous panoramic sunroof, which is neato. I've never had a panoramic sunroof, and I do open it even when there's no one in the car. It doesn't, I don't care, I'll have it. And the buttons to control those is right up here. It's pretty great. Obviously it makes that sound. It's a panoramic sunroof just to pull the whole thing back. And if you want to open, don't leave this part up. There's a button right here that open it up. I'm not gonna open it up. And the back one doesn't open up. That cars don't do that. Now, features as for phone wise, this car is equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is neat. I don't know about Android Auto. Actually, I'll take that back. Don't have any Android, so I don't know if that really works. Now, this car does not come with wireless charging, which is a little shocking at this price point at $58,000. However, it comes with 2 connections for your USB ports. I have my USB, just bought this. It's pretty nice. Now, let's talk about the keys. These keys are like every FCA keys. These keys are the same. The only thing different about these keys is that the name. This says Jeep. All the ones are the same. Now this car comes with lock, unlock, obviously, and it comes with remote start in case you're on those cold mornings and you just need to start up your car. This car also comes with the button to open up the back trunk. And this also comes with panic button, which all cars come with. Now one thing I don't like about this car is at the price point of $58K, you get normal, boring yellow lights. And they're not even too bright. They're pretty boring. I don't like them. And another thing this car comes with is garage opening. Maybe you have a garage, you got buttons right here, three settings. The ride quality of this car is amazing. It's literally immaculate. This car is amazing to drive. Now this car, actually when we got it from the dealership, they actually put the sport pedals, the metal pedals. They were pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And I got more grip out of them, obviously, because they're sport pedals. Leather seats are all over. And here's another thing. The quality and the trim they put in this is actually pretty nice. I don't know what the exact word is. I think it's felt. You know, people are like lined with felt. So the glove box is actually lined with felt, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty standard glove box. It's not huge, but it's a pretty standard glove box. Now, here in the center console, it's nice. Nice centered, lined with felt. And here, another cool thing about this car is that when you put your seatbelt, that's also lined with felt too, which is pretty good. It really shows you, the quality that Jeep tries to go with. Another thing this car comes with, another car this comes with is really nice. It's nice up here. It's pretty nice. So let's go to the back and let's see how it is. Now that we're in the back, there's a lot of room in here. There's actually a lot of room here. Sitting up straight, I have quite a lot of headroom. Obviously, the majority of people in these worlds usually slouch down when they sit. So I have so much knee room. I got maybe 2 fists of knee room, maybe 1.5 fists. Now here's one thing when it comes to this car. When we got this car at the beginning, we saw with the plastic and everything like that, it was very small in here. But obviously these cars these days recline the seats. So, if I can find a handle. Yeah, they recline. Which is pretty neato, because if you're a big person and you want to sit in the back of this car and you think you're not going to be able to fit, think about reclining the seats. Even my red car does that. Now going back here, let's talk about the panoramic sunroof. That's why you can see me all bright. You have a humongous panoramic sunroof. Now, here's the thing. These are not one of the biggest panoramic sunroofs. A lot of other cars are doing big panoramic sunroofs. And the thing is, if this actually isn't a 3-row, which is pretty surprising at the size of this car. This should have been a 3-row, but this is a 2-row. 2-row, which means that there's a lot of space in the trunk, which I like, which means the second row gets a lot of space too. And also, a lot of high-end cars are doing this, where they're putting another piece of glass in the back. But this isn't a 3-row. This isn't a 3-row. This is a 2-row. However, like Hyundai and Kia, they're doing that, which is pretty unique. I like when cars do that. And over here, they got a home outlet port and 2 USBs if you want to connect it. Now I know a lot of cars are doing this where they're getting USB-Cs. I know the Durango has that, which is a little dumb. I don't like it. I don't know why cars are doing that. Yeah. So another thing about this car is they have little dome lights here. They're yellow lights, which I'm not liking it. Jeep is a little going cheap in some areas. I feel like at the price point of this car should have came with a lot of features, and it's a little weird. Also, these seats are pretty comfortable. Sitting in the middle seat, it's normal. I think if you fit 3 people in here, you'll be a little squished. Now, here's the thing. I stand at 5'10", which is pretty average size height as an American. If you fit 3 people in here, now here's the thing. I'm a pretty huge person. I'm pretty wide, so I will take up a lot. That's why I always sit on the side. Whoever is small, they can definitely sit in the middle. Now, the cool thing this car comes with, cup holders right here. Pretty nice. They're your normal size cup holders. They're not Mercedes where you just click some button, they come boop out. So your average size cup holders, that's it. And if you want to put in a baby seat in here, you definitely can. There's 2 little hitches, they're hidden. However, they're not as impossible as other cars do. A lot of cars are impossible to find the baby hitch to put in a baby seat. Back to the trunk. Now, coming back to the trunk, this, like I said, this is not a 3-row, this is a 2-row, which means you get a lot of room back here. However, coming to the back of the space, now I'm holding it handheld. Whoa. Coming to the back of the trunk, there's actually, the flooring stands high, but here's the thing, when the flooring stands high, you have a limitation on how much stuff you can stack up. Other cars have really low floors, like this car right here, this has a really low floor. This car doesn't have a really low floor. However, at the bottom of this, you do get a lot of storage, which you do get little storage spaces in the back, and you got that big tire. There's the button to close the trunk, which is pretty nice. You get to close the trunk through your phone, through your keys and through there. There's that other big subwoofer that I was talking about, and here it is with that chrome trim. Pretty clever to put plastic here so you don't have to, you know, damage the car itself. Yeah, this car stands beautiful. Look at that. Now there is no button up here, which is pretty surprising. A lot of cars do that. The button's right here. You have time to get out. It's pretty slow. Let's talk about rims. These rims are actually staying at 20-inch rims. These don't look 20-inch, but they're 20-inch. I measured them. 20-inch rims, and they're not glossy. They're like the matte satin color, which is pretty. I don't know what these tires are standing on. I don't know what these rims are on right now. I think they're on all-weather. Not sure about that. They look like they're on Summers. So another cool thing about this car is the little light. So when it is night time, the light will actually shine on the ground. It's obviously a mud puddle light. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. A lot of cars have them on their door. This has it right here, and it's a really bright light. Also, one cool little thing this car has is when you lock it from the key, the mirrors lock. The mirrors close. Alright, so one last thing I forgot to do before the video ends is the most famous notorious, I think that's the word, is the visor test and a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2020 high altitude. I have a lot of hope and I already see it. 3, 2, 1. Obviously this is gonna pass because it's a Chrysler brand. It's a Chrysler product.